Trying to look back into our altar server's room. The fire started. We can see. Now we can see a little bit better. I got the flashlights from the basement. They're looking at things. There's no floor in there, so we can look at the damage from below. You actually can see a melted chair. Looks like. See if I can get in on that. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty dark, but there, kind of in that. You see that melted chair right there. There it is. All twisted. Yeah, there you go, melted chair. See some of the wires, conduit, all twisted and melted. If you look up, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but then that is where the ceiling was. And you can see now there's holes in there. Looking out to the sky. Really hard to get a perspective in here, it's so dark. Hopefully it gives you a sense of just how much heat was in this room doing its damage. Devastating. So from that room, we come out and walk back through sanctuary, come to our table of oblation here, where we prepare the gifts for communion. See, this is a cutout into the wall, into the space, the void behind it. Table. And you come back and look at another perspective on the back of the iconostas here. You see that's a black hole of a room now. Look up. Again, you can see just the black, that ornamental painting and iconography. And you can sort of catch a glimpse of that gold leaf that's still shimmering in the sun. Come through here and let's check out the Vestry. This was Father Anthony's office in Vestry. Kept all his vestments here. You can still see we got some water still dripping. Ever so slowly. Build up and there we go. A couple of drops. So all of Father's vestments were recovered. Not in the greatest shape, obviously, but we'll get them cleaned. Lord willing, they'll all be recoverable 100%, and we'll be able to go on serving once they're cleaned up. This is that. Oh, I just got a drop on the head. A little wet. This, Father would use this just as water storage. It was a water heater that used to be able to make hot water, but that stopped working, so he cut the cord on it and just used it for storage for cold water. And that's what's left of that. Twisted, melted plastic blob. And if you look down here, that right there is the closet where Father's vestments were stored, and Subdeacon Paul and yours truly, Subdeacon Michael's vestments were stored as well. And I'm very grateful for Subdeacon Paul moving my brand new subdeacon vestment into this room from the other room that is now just a pile of charred remains of what used to be altar server vestments, and mine survived thanks to his thoughtfulness, unknowingly ahead of time. Let's see, just the sheer amount of water and smoke damage in here. If we can get some kind of picture inside the closet here. See some of that. That's where the vestments were pulled from. Yeah, there's our little pre-baptismal bath there. And I'm going to show you the little entrance. This little doorway that goes back to the ladder you can see through there. And this ladder was the only point of access to the rafters before they cut that big hole in the ceiling above the choir loft. This was the only access to the rafters where the fire had spread and was burning the roof off the church. So this was the only point that they could get through, and then you had to climb up on top of the dome that you just saw in the sanctuary. And then you had to walk along the spine of the concave ceiling in the church proper, in the nave, all to get all the way back there, and that obviously due to the fire was not structurally sound. No one could walk up there. So thanks to Father Anthony and Dan Vestry, our parish president, informing these firefighters of just how to get access to those rafters to quench those flames. That's what saved a majority of the structure of this building, because that hole back there was how they put it out.